Ladies and gentlemen, we have right now what could be the biggest scoop that has ever been scooped. I could not believe it today when I was contacted by someone who only goes by the term Superscoop, claiming to be a Hollywood insider, and we have him here tonight on the Poindexter Lounge. Has Henry Cavill signed a 3-picture deal to appear in the MCU as Hyperion? If that's the case, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, the Snyderverse could be dead. Let's talk about it next, right here in the Poindexter Lounge. What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is great to have you with me in the lounge tonight. Maybe not. I don't know. Depending upon how you look at this, depending upon if you're a huge DC fan and you want Henry Cavill to go forward as Superman, which a lot of us want. This is what a lot of us have been hoping for. We've heard all this nonsense go back and forth about, is he going to be in Black Adam? Is he going to continue? Does Zaslav want him? Are they going to reboot? My head is spinning with what I have seen here, ladies and gentlemen, in just the last hour or so. I cannot believe what I am about to share with you. You all know that I try to vet anything. You guys know that I'm really big on not scooping stuff, that I don't get into the whole scoop game. I'm not really big on that whole thing. Look, that's some people's stuff. Many people have approached me about that in the past, and I've turned them down. But when this story came my way today, I had to say this was just mind-blowing. I could not believe what I was hearing, and then the information that the person was sharing with me, and then they promised tonight to actually share their source. This is a Hollywood insider, somebody who is in Hollywood, who is actually part of the system, and they have an inside source very close to this that has said that, yes, Henry Cavill has signed a 3-picture deal to play Hyperion in the MCU. And not only that, but he's got some other bombs that he hasn't substantiated yet, that if they happen, it absolutely spells the end, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I think, of the DCEU as a whole. They would have to reboot. It would just strike too much of a blow to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want you to welcome to the lounge for the first time. And who knows, if this pans out, maybe this will be a continued thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Superscooper. What's up, Superscooper?
Well, first off, let me say thank you for having me here on the lounge, Enosh. I always hear good things about you. They say, if you want the information to go out, you come to the lounge, because this is the place where everybody knows everything, okay? So I know this is probably sad news for the DCU fans. You know, they don't want to hear this, but Henry Cavill, 3-picture deal signed with the MCU. He's going to be playing Hyperion. First, he's going to show up in the Loki season 2. Okay. It's just going to be like a cameo. That's not going to count in the 3-picture. That's just a cameo.
Okay.
He's going to be in the Kang Dynasty playing Hyperion. He's going to be one of the enforcers for Kang. Him in the Squadron Supreme. If you know anything about comics, you know the Squadron Supreme, they're like the Justice League, but for Marvel. Mm-hmm. So Henry Cavill, he's going to play Hyperion. That's like their Superman. So Marvel Comics going to get their Superman. This is monumental. This is big. This is a guy that can take on the Hulk. He can take on Thor. He can take on Iron Man all at once. He's going to be coming.
See, now that's amazing to me, because I mean, I'm a DC guy, Super Scooper. I've always been a DC guy. I like Marvel, but I don't have a lot of the deep cut, stuff, like the knowledge of Marvel, like I do with DC. I know all the deep lore, and I've read it and know it. So with Hyperion, I've heard people talking about Hyperion. I mean, there's been all kinds of rumblings this last week or so about Henry Cavill possibly playing Hyperion, but also who's the guy? It's like he's got like an S name. It's not like what's it? Superion? It's not Superion. It's like Sentry. I've heard people talking about Sentry, and there's been a couple others, but when you contacted me today, and first of all, thank you for the kind words. We try to pride ourselves here at the lounge of being upfront, of giving people an opportunity to state stuff, and I don't like messing around with a lot of nonsense. And so when you contacted me today, at first, I'll be honest with you, I just kind of played it off like, oh, okay, yeah, here's one more. I got a couple of friends who talk this way and think that this is like that this whole Henry Cavill to the MCU talk was really interesting and stuff. And I was like, I don't know that it's going to happen. But when you said this and you showed me some of the stuff that you showed me, I'll be honest with you, I had to pay attention, man. I had to take a look.
Yeah, I know. Like a lot of times, there's scoopers. They say things and they don't pan out. They make excuses. But when you're in the business, when you're there on the ground floor, hearing the deals, hearing all the people with the talk, you gotta have the evidence, right? And I bring it to you. I show it because right here, this is, like I said, Poindexter Lounge. This is where people tell me you come here for the information, for accuracy, and for just a place where people can hang out and have a good time. That's where I want to be, right? I want to share my scoops with people who are going to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people said maybe go to like $3 Theater or go over to, like some other places.
Yeah.
I think like he said, like Sil or Mikey, something like that. I don't know. But right here, this is where I chose because you're a good man. I like you. You appreciate hard work and people who have evidence and proof.
Yeah. Now, okay, so you say he's signed a 3-picture deal, but he's gonna appear in other things though as cameos.
Well, the first thing he's going to appear in is, like I said, Loki, because they're going to have Kang's going to be the bad guy in Loki, and they're going to mention Hyperion, and then they're going to show Henry Cavill for the first time. And it's going to be like that big moment, like there's Hyperion and it's Henry Cavill. Then, like I said, he's going to be in Avengers: Kang Dynasty, where he's going to be the first full-fledged appearance that's going to count for number 1. Then Secret War, Avengers Secret War is going to be his second appearance. And then they're going to spin it off into a Squadron Supreme movie. If you know that the Squadron Sinister is the evil versions of the Justice League in Marvel, but the Squadron Supreme is like the good versions. It's like the Justice League, but good people in the Marvel Universe. So they're going to do that movie with Henry Cavill. And here's where the major like rumblings that I'm hearing is they're looking to go ahead because Jennifer Lopez, she's a big Marvel fan. I don't know if you know this.
She's
a big fan. So they're offering her a role in Marvel in order to try to get Ben Affleck to play Nighthawk in the Squadron Supreme. He's like their Batman. And that's the plan. They're going to get Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck. Because first they're going to offer Ben Affleck an appearance as Daredevil in the Secret Wars because it's going to be all the different universes.
Sure. And I've heard that kind of thing before. Yeah.
So once they get him there, they establish it. They're going to wine him and dine him. And the plan is to try to get him to go ahead and play Nighthawk. So they'll have Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Nighthawk, Hyperion, MCU. Sorry, Snyder fans. I know you guys are probably disappointed. The level of energy in your house probably go down now because you feel sad. But MCU fans, this is going to be a big moment. You're going to get your own Justice League, and if everything pans out, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that if everything pans out, we'll see a Squadron Supreme versus Avengers movie on the horizon. I'm sure of it.
How devastating though is that for? I mean, look, I'm a DC fan. I'm a Snyderverse fan. I have hoped that the Snyderverse would continue in some aspect, but I've also been honest and I've said, look, it may not, and they may just reboot the whole thing. But I don't see how. I don't see how they would bring back Henry Cavill as Superman if he's signing this deal with the MCU. I mean, I get it. We have somebody, a guy on here named William, who talks about it's just business, right? It's just business. So look, if he wants to go back and forth, he can do that. It doesn't matter. And I said last night, actually, on this very show, I said that the only difference is that, there's some guys who've been able to do it. Jared Leto has played both MCU and, DC. Michael Keaton, recently has kind of gone back and forth. Idris Elba has done it. But when you have Superman is the granddaddy of them all. And I don't feel that you can just be shopping out your Superman actor to just play anything. But especially if he's playing a character that is so similar and having a similar role. I mean, we're all hoping for a Justice League 2 or a Justice League 3. If you're telling me that the MCU is going to beat them to the punch, and I keep saying this, that it's so aggravating because it seems like the MCU keeps beating DC to the punch on just everything. Kevin Feige he's a mastermind at what he does. He's great at what he does, but he keeps doing this. And this, I don't see how they recover from it. And you're telling me that Ben Affleck, that they really want to court Ben Affleck to play Nighthawk.
Yeah, we'll see. Kevin Feige, he's very in tune to what's going on the internet. He knows what people want. They want that Ben Affleck Batman. But I mean, Marvel, they don't own Batman, so he's going to give them the next best thing. Ben Affleck as Nighthawk. That's what he wants. Now, I hate to correct you on your own show.
Okay. No.
Jared Leto, he was not in the MCU. He was in
that's
the
true.
Sony movies.
He played a Marvel character is what I meant.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, Henry Cavill, he signed 3-picture deal with a no-compete clause. So he can't go to another major studio to play a superhero because Marvel they don't want to confuse the audience. They don't want, they don't want to build up Henry Cavill and then have DC profit from it, right? They want to make sure that Henry Cavill is making them money. They're not making DC money.
Wow. So you're telling me that not only have they signed him, but they've also basically, I mean, then that's done. That's done then. If that's the case, it's a
done deal.
If it's a no compete clause, then he's not coming back as Superman, and that's just completely done.
Yeah, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, I guess, for DC, but that is a done deal. That's it.
Superscooper, can you just for everybody, because I'm sure that there's people watching right now and they're like, yeah, whatever, sure, that's BS, whatever, you're just messing with it. Can you tell us maybe a little bit about, like, I know that you can't tell us exactly who you are and what you do, but maybe just kind of give us a little so we can understand a little bit maybe how you know this.
Okay, like I said, I can't really tell you exactly who I am, but I can tell you that I've been in Kevin Feige's office many, many times over the last week. I've been hearing everything that's going on. I've been there while the meetings are going down, while the deals are going down, So I know what's going. I'm there basically the whole time that all this stuff goes down.
Wow. I am like I said, it's frustrating as a DC fan to even think about this, but I got to say, if DC's been screwing around with Cavill for a long time, screwing around with Affleck, they're on, they're off. But if this is the case, man, and you're coming here with this, I got to say that this is it, and that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart especially if this pans out. Like I said, I always tell everybody, take it with a grain of salt, right? I mean, you got to take it with a grain of salt because it could happen. Things could change. But you're saying it's locked in, so I don't know. But this is our first time having you on. Whatever. If this happens, though, I hate the fact that I'm the one who broke this news.
Yeah, you're making me kind of feel bad. I can see like you're getting emotional. I can see the tears forming in your eyes. I'm sorry to be the guy to tell you, to break the bad news. But at least you hear it right. You're no longer back and forth, no longer wondering. It's like when a girlfriend, you think she's cheating and she finally tell you, hey, I'm leaving you. I don't, right? It's better that And I guess, for the Snyder fans, for the people holding hope, it's better that now it's over. That's it. Just.
Yeah. Man, I just don't know. It's a lot to process. Now, the one thing that you did say is that you have receipts of this, and you said you were willing to share some information of who your source was, which is that okay? Can you still do? I mean, I know it's kind of a weird situation. We can't know who you are, but you have some receipts that can show you that the information has leaked already, and who broke that.
Yeah, like I said, I can't say who I am, but there are some other people who have picked up on this news, and they have, they've heard from me and through the grapevine. So, I mean, you can go ahead and show the one receipt. I think it's like a tweet that I sent you.
Okay, all right, yep. You're sharing it now, and okay, I'm gonna bring this up here. Okay, there it is. Okay. So this is a tweet of someone who has come alongside and knows this. Okay, so RJ, what? Confirms Henry Cavill. What? RJ? Why did you say that? Are you talking about Marvel Maniac? RJ dropped this?
Yeah, I spoke to RJ, the Marvel man. He's the one who pointed me to you, Poindexter. He's very nice guy. He very sometimes he eating too much on stream, but he's a very nice guy.
Are you messing with me right now? The RJ Marvel Man? He's the one spreading this? Oh, yes. This is absolutely ridiculous. Wait, come on, RJ. Stop messing with us. Hey guys, we're pretty good at what we did. We spent about 15 minutes there, and I hope that you were all riveted and stuck to your seats. Of course, this is me and Tony, and we wanted to give RJ a little bit of a hard time because earlier today in Max's private thread, RJ was talking about how interesting this was.
Yeah, he said it was very interesting. I thought it was kind of interesting too, but I mean, then he started backing off of it. He was like, "Oh, well, I don't know anymore, guys." So we wanted to poke him a little.
Yep. So we just wanted to give RJ a little bit of a hard time. We hope that you came along for the ride and that you're not too pissed off at us. But we wanted to have a little bit of fun, and I joked. I said, "Well, because you tweeted this earlier, which was brilliant."
Well, because I said, I'm going to tweet this, and I put that in the private little group, right? And RJ goes, "Well, go ahead." I'm like, "Well, okay, you challenged me, right? You pulled my card, so I tweeted it."
And of course, then I said, "Well, I think I need to make a video stating that RJ has confirmed that Henry Cavill signed a 3-picture deal," and you're like, "Do it,
do it."
So I had to go ahead and do it, and so we hope that you had a little bit of fun with us today. And who knows, Superscooper may return at some point. And have more interesting scoops for us here at the Poindexter Lounge. Well, thanks, Tony, for having some fun with me. And RJ, we love you, man. But everything's not interesting, and everything's not that interesting, at least. And I hope to God that this is not true.
Well, I actually hope it is true because I want to see Hyperion, and Henry Cavill would nail it.
I mean, yeah, he probably would nail it, but I don't want to see Henry Cavill do it, because if Henry Cavill does it, then it truly is probably the end. That would be it. But hey, thanks for joining us. We hope that you had a good time with us with this little joke, and RJ, we hope that you had a good time with it as well. Till next time, peace out. Bye.